Hello and welcome to AV Today podcast. It's glad to see you all once again. Today we have a different guest. In fact, in AV we have consulting, we have integration, we have sales, manufacturing, distribution. We have usually seen people. Sales and consulting and integration are two different profiles altogether in AV, and we've always seen people carefully choosing their path. And of course, in consulting, most of the organizations are headed by the founders and they do the sales because they have to obviously sell their services to the organizations. But we have rarely seen people who are from sales thinking about transitioning into consulting, which is fairly difficult. And usually, even if some people try to do that, they might go back because it doesn't go very well with sales. But today we have a guest who has a different thought process altogether. He was very successful in sales, and then at one point of time, he thought it's time for him to start the journey on his own. And he consciously chose consulting and integration in AV. And not only that, when he tried, he succeeded and he established a good company and he became a founder. And he's running this organization for more than 2 years now. And it's very interesting to learn his journey. And I'm sure you will also find it very inspiring for you. So today, let me introduce my guest, Amar from Vesta Consulting. Hi, Amar.
Hi.
It's great to have you on our show,
Thank you
and
so much.
it's lovely to talk to you. So let me first start because as I narrated to the audience, we haven't seen people from sales coming into consulting because this is highly technical, and it requires a lot of skills, and it takes a lot of understanding of the project, right?
Yeah,
Now you were successful in sales, right?
true.
What made you think that sales is not your cup of tea and you want to try consulting and integration?
So, thank you so much for inviting me today. And as you rightly mentioned, that there are a lot of people who hesitate to go from sales to consulting and other things. So, if you ask me, for me, you do consulting or you do integration or you do sales, it's all same because you are doing business. Okay, it's purely on the business. Now, what inspired me uh, as a sales, we typically when we go to a client, we only focus on to sell the product. Okay, that okay, fine, irrespective of the pros and cons of the product and other things, we try to sell the product, giving their all your advantages and other things. Okay, but in AV, it's not only the sales. So typically you are not selling a product, you are selling a solution. Okay,
Right.
even if you are a sales guy, you are selling a solution. And when you're selling a solution, you have to be aware of the entire ecosystem. It's not only of that particular product or the entire ecosystem, how the where the product are going to install, what are the applications, why we are going to use this product. So there are a lot of permutation combinations what we look at. So when I was doing sales during my sales journey, I learned that selling only a display, it's not only a display. We need to see at what size of room it should be, okay, and what are the applications, why that display is going to use, whether it has been going to use in the meeting rooms or the cafeterias or the command centers or knock rooms. So there are multiple applications. So that's how my journey started. Okay, on the focusing on the solutioning part and the applications, and uh, not only the product selling, understanding the entire background. So that's how the journey started. And when I was and I loved this industry a lot, okay, because it has not taught me to become only a sales guy, but it has taught me how to become a techno commercial guy. So that's how my journey started. And when I started pitching about my product, where I was working as a sales guy, and when I started asking them the technical questions, or initially you don't, it was a new environment, and the new what you say, we can say it as a new a world altogether when I was trying to do that. Okay, but initially it was little tough, but gradually I learned it. And when I saw that, okay, fine, when I can ask all these questions to client and I can understand those things technically, okay, then I served for almost, as a sales, completely sales, I served for almost 3 years in this industry, and then I switched my profile to a uh, to not a consulting. I thought I'll just start of something of my own, okay, because in this 3 years I have learned a lot. As I was onto a channel sales, so I used to interact with a lot of integrators, okay. There are a lot of integrators in Bangalore, so I used to interact with all the integrators. In even in the integrators, you don't have only one person to meet. You have the founders, you have the sales team, you have the technical team, you have the design team. So you have to meet everyone. It's when you, even if you do a sales, you have to meet everyone and to understand what exactly they want, how you can position your product there. And so that's how the journey started. I met all the people, all top integrators, all everyone, and from there my learning started. Okay, so when I used to meet the pre-sales guys, I used to ask what exactly you want there, why this product you are using. So it's not particular to my product what I'm selling, it's what additional products you are going to use. So that's how the things.
So you were looking at a complete solution.
Yeah, so
Okay.
even if I was selling a particular product, I used to think that with my product what all other things are going to integrate. Okay, so that was from the initial days, okay. And it is not me, it was my manager who has taught me that what you should ask, as he's also from this, he has a lot of experience, he know what to ask. So that's how he taught me, and that's how I learned. So and after 3 years of my sales journey, I started a company, and it was a partnership based company. And we started, and it worked well. For almost a year, I was associated with that company, and then with some, it's all mindsets and other things. So we both partner appreciate our mindset. So he respected my mindset, I respected his mindset, and that's how we parted, okay. And after we parted from that, when I parted from that company, then I was working as a freelance consultant, okay. So during that journey, I have consulted a lot of IT partners, and I used to meet a lot of IT partners. As uh, in corporates, IT people have very strong hold with the corporate people, okay. So their back end purchase team, the IT managers and other things, so they have a very good hold. And these guys, they don't know how to design a AV
Solution.
solutions and other things. So that's how I started consulting them, and I got a good response because my previous background was from IT. Before coming to AV sales, I was working as a IT sales guy. So that's how my journey started. My career started in IT, and I knew a lot of IT partners during those days. And I started exploring all my old connects.
But how did you get into AV from IT? Or what made you get into AV? You started with visual technologies, right?
I started my career with one of the distributor as a sales guy. I started my journey for one of the distributor who's based out of SP Road. Okay, he
That's
was
IT.
that
IT
that's
sales.
IT, yes,
Okay. But
that IT
AV
sales.
you started with the
Visual display,
visual display. Okay,
visual
okay.
display. So they are the distributor for
So how did you
Hyundai
get
display.
into visual display, or why? You from IT to AV, why did you switch over?
So uh, before joining to visual display, I was working for a company called Fujitsu. Okay,
Okay.
so I was handling Karnataka region for your laptops and servers, all those sales. Okay, and I was into volume business department, not the value business department. So
Okay.
volume business, what happened when I worked there for almost 1.5 years, they closed down the volume division. Okay, and during that time there was a transition of online offline because I was handling the consumer product, not the corporate, not the commercial series of laptops. I used to handle the consumer series of laptops and other things. So I was seeing that transition, that how tough the market is becoming for the consumer segment, and how the online business is taking over the local business.
Consumer
Okay,
business.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how then I thought, let me change my field now. And there was no plan to join AV industry or which industry. I
So it was
had
not
no
a
idea.
conscious
It was
decision.
not a conscious decision.
Mm.
So I was just looking out for a job, and through some reference I got in touch with Visual Display, and that's how I got an opportunity to work there. And so that's how my journey started in AV. Okay, so it was purely a
So for you, it was another sales job,
yeah, it
right?
was
When you
purely,
started.
it was
Mm-hmm.
purely an another sales job. It was not that I wanted to come to a AV industry.
AV.
There was
Okay.
nothing during that
I
time.
think that's the experience with most of us in the industry.
So
Okay. So how was your experience in Visual Display?
it was very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
What were you selling there?
I used to sell the interactive displays, the all the display, what you say, vertical. I had normal displays, we had interactive displays, we have video walls. So as Visual Display is the distributor, national distributor for Hyundai displays.
Mm.
Okay, so I used to handle the Bangalore region there, and that's how my journey started. So the learning was the day when I went for an inductions and other things. The head office is in Delhi. When I went to Delhi, and so the when the induction was given and the training was given, so I was explained what the display is. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I was aware what how the we have seen TVs, right? So
Correct.
I was aware what the TV or the display is, but I was not aware that there is a commercial display, consumer display. Even in commercial display, you have so many range.
Right.
So those product details were shared to me, and uh, when I started going to the market, then typically you ask that, do you have a requirement for a TV or a display? We are the distributor. So that was my typical raw sales pitch. So, and I was not getting that kind of inquiries or that kind of acceptance from the market, because people thought he don't know anything. Okay,
Correct.
he's just asking for a business or a
Yes.
display and other things. So
Mm.
if somebody doesn't understand your concept, then you might not get accepted in the market. So my manager, he taught me that how to pitch.
Mm.
So it's not only the display you're
Product.
selling. Yeah,
Mm.
so you have to understand, you have to meet the right people. These are the categories of departments in AV industry. You have to meet all those people and understand why they are using these displays, why you require an interactive display, why you require a normal display, what are the applications, what is the size of the room, whether it is for a board room or for a normal meeting room or for a huddle room. So those things came into picture, and that's how I started learning that what we need to ask. And it took 2 months, hardly 2 3 months, for me to understand the entire concept. And then I started selling, and people accepted. Okay, so people accepted that, okay, fine, this guy has understood what to ask and how we have to position the product. So that's how my journey started. After Visual Displays, working there for 1.5 years and other things, then I got an opportunity to work with a company called Mindstech,
Mm.
Mindstech Distribution.
Distribution.
So that was my second assignment in the AV industry. So Mindstech, again, it is not a display distribution company. It is purely a solution-based distributor. So when I started my career there, again it was again a different scenario altogether to sell the product. And there I learned what are the back-end products we use for the integration.
Mm.
So as you know, Mindstech is distributor for a lot of products, right? So I started learning how the entire solution works in an AV industry. Okay, for a meeting room solution, or for a town hall setup, or for a command center, knock rooms. So I started learning on a lot of things. as audio was only the thing which I was not learning. But when I was meeting people, we used to interact for entire thing with the integrator, right? So we need to interact for the entire solution, how the audio is working, how the video is working. So my core business was on video, as my experience is also was from video. But initially I started learning on the audio part as well. So that's how my journey in Mindstech, what I carried forward for almost 1.5 years or so. And during these 3 years, as I said, I got that confidence that okay, fine, I can do
So did you
something.
always have in your mind that you want to start a business at some point?
That
of time?
was always there. It
All
was from the day one I started my career, it was always there.
And usually, see, there are two things. One, when you're in sales, you're always chasing your targets, numbers, 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 numbers. It doesn't let you think of anything else, right?
True,
One.
yes.
And opportunities in sales are plenty because people grow, they grow up to be country managers of a lot of multinational companies. They get a handsome salary. The other side, if you want to start business, usually people look at starting a distribution company,
Yeah,
right? That's a very business model.
correct.
So, leaving aside these two profiles, why did you think of consulting and integration?
See, it was purely
You know, this is a very tough field, right? Integration and consulting, very highly competitive, very tough. So, why did you choose the tough path?
because I loved when I used to interact with any of the person or the customer or the integrators or anyone. I loved doing that. Okay, I wanted to learn more and more. When it was more complex, I used to understand how I can come out of this particular requirement of a customer. So initially it was everything was tough for me because I was not aware of the complete solution, right? So that enthusiasm and or the learning of the on the technical part, so I loved it, and it is purely out of love.
Passion.
It is not because of that. Yes, I wanted to do something uh, as a consulting or the integration. That was not there in mind initially.
Because you didn't have engineering background
Yeah,
also, right?
yes.
No technical background.
So I'm basically a BBM, Bachelor in Business Management. No, even no, not the MBAs and nothing. It's purely a normal graduation, and I did my graduation from Bangalore itself.
Right.
So it was purely out of passion and love towards the technology and the industry. Okay, so and that took me to take that step of learning more
Bold.
and consulting to people and making things more easy to the people who don't understand the concept. Okay, so that was the
What was the
next.
reaction from all your friends and industry colleagues?
See, they always they respect that. Okay, fine, I have learned something. Okay, it's not only the sales what I have done. I have done something beyond sales and learned something which is technically not possible for all the normal sales guy. Okay,
It's not
so
everyone's cup of tea.
so they always appreciated that. They said it is good what you have done. And as I did not had any engineering background, nothing. So with that mindset, understanding the technology and delivering that, and now completely designing the solution. Okay, so I design for all corporates, hospitals, or you name all the hospitality industries. So I have done. We have designed for auditoriums. We have designed for boardrooms. We have designed for training rooms, divisible training rooms. We have designed for town hall setups. Even it's where you have a lot of echo. Even the cafeterias, we have delivered a very good solutions where people have appreciated. We have got a lot of appreciation from our clients and the partners whom I consult. So they have also given a lot of. They have also got appreciation from their clients that okay, fine, the consultant who has worked on this particular project has delivered a good solution. So we have got those appreciation, and it's all good bigger MNCs.
Sorry for taking you back again. When you started, once I understand, okay, one side is your love, your passion. Okay. How did the market respond? How did you get the clients? Because going from sales to consulting, the clients also will have their hesitations, right, to give you business. So how did you counter that, and how did you manage?
See, I got a lot of uh, the client, direct clients. It
Mm.
was purely my sales, my cold callings, going and approaching those clients uh, directly, going meeting the security people, getting the contacts, and again contacting them. So this is how I have built my what do you say, my customer base. Okay,
Okay.
so it
Mm.
was purely a cold call, and where it went the
So
cycle how the
your initial
sales.
clients just took a chance with you, right?
They didn't take chance with me because as I said, I have started a company where I was associated and I was working, right? So
Mm-hmm.
when those people, they have seen, and we have built a very good company. Okay,
Okay.
so that company doing very good business. So seeing that background, we have also approached a lot of client that we have certain expertise in house, and we deliver so and so solutions. So that's how we started pitching to client, and they knew, okay, they knew that these guys will deliver because the back end team is strong. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how it started. Okay, and so that was the only sales thing which I did, all my cold callings and other thing, and they got it was tough, it is not easy, but we got acceptance in market. Yes.
So looking at your journey, okay, the first venture what you started didn't go very far because you had to step out for whatever be the reason. So how was your mind when once you stepped out? You were all alone again, starting from zero. So how was that journey?
See, everybody thinks that seeing me today, they think that it was a cakewalk or cherry on a
Cake.
cake.
Mm.
So, but it was not like that. Okay, it was, the journey was a roller coaster, and sustaining that was, it's not your financial thing. It was always also the mental stability, how you handle that pressure and the things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so people who know me, my college friends or my friends, my families who know me from my childhood, they have seen me, what I have gone through and where I am now. So they are very happy. They really uh, they see, and they are really happy seeing me at this stage. But a lot of people, they say that, boss, you are like,
Gifted.
you are gifted, you have everything, why you are going here, you are, so they think that it is, I, whatever is been achieved, it was overnight, or it was all placed on a platter. So it was not like that. So it was a very good journey, and I really thank God that he gave me those learnings, because at this stage, whatever I have learned, it was fantastic. So you should always have that positive mindset to carry forward
Correct, correct.
on your career.
So don't assume everything is easy.
Yes, yes. No,
You
no.
have to
There
be
is
ready to.
nothing. You don't get anything easily unless you are Dhirubhai Ambani or Mukesh Ambani's son.
Correct.
Okay, so
Gifted.
yeah, yeah. Then,
Right.
touch wood, God grace. God was always kind to me. So the day I stepped out, I was zero. There was
Yeah.
nothing. Okay, so it was my confidence, you tell me, or you tell my luck factor. From the day I stepped out, and the very next day I was onto the market.
Okay.
Okay, uh, with my, as during that time I was not able to connect my clients, because connecting with clients and doing business was difficult, because
Mm.
I did not had anything. Okay,
Right.
no team, no background, nothing. Okay, no company to build. So my the step was to talk to the people whom I know. Okay,
Right.
and use my connects. And I was aware that IT system integrators, uh, so they don't do AV.
AV.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
they only do their own scope of work. Okay, they don't do the AV part. So I started interacting with those people. When I started interacting with those people, they gave me good feedback. They
Nice.
gave me good response.
Excellent.
That okay, fine. As you are working as a freelance, you can, anyways, you represent my company there, and we'll see how the business goes and how we can crack those deals and get the business and start going. So that was my idea of getting into the things, and I started doing that. It was tough. It was not easy. It was tough to go to the customer, talk to them with their company profile, and again explaining, as we did not had team, nothing, but I had a backend team on a freelance basis who were working for the entire installations and other. So I had those people connects. So that was my approach of starting and getting it done. So we started talking to a lot of clients, and we got a response within a span of 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
When I was working as a freelance, within a
Very
span of
nice.
3 months, we started getting the
So during that
response.
period, you didn't have your own brand.
I did
right?
not had any
It-
brand. I did not had any business. There was nothing. Okay, so but yes, I
It was
was
Amar.
managing. Yeah,
So that was Amar. was,
yeah. So that name was there always. Yes. So
Mm.
people trusted me.
Nice.
Okay, people trusted me, and you do lot of mistakes during those times when
Everyone.
so yes, I'll not say that I have not done mistakes. I've done a lot of mistakes, but the things what I learned during those time is you should be grounded. Okay, at any point of time, whatever the positions you are at, you should be grounded. You ego, you would have heard the name ego, right?
Yeah.
So when ego
Don't
comes
feed it.
into, yeah,
Mm.
so when ego comes with you, it will spoil you.
Destroy.
Yeah, it will spoil, it will destroy.
Mm.
So it's, so I have learned that. Okay, first you have to keep your ego aside, and you have to start working. Okay, and if you are very grounded, if you are very humble to people, people will respect you. The day you show that attitude, people, whatever the best person you are, people will not come to you.
True.
Okay, so that's how the things went. So but it was a good journey. Yeah, I'll
So
not
when
say
did you
that.
incorporate Vesta?
I started Vesta 2021
Okay.
September.
Mm.
So I'll be completing 4 years now.
So just when COVID was
Yes.
getting
yes,
subsided, you
yes,
started.
yes, yes.
Mm.
So starting Vesta was also, it was not easy. So I had only uh, few thousands to start the company for the registrations. Okay.
How was your
No,
family support during that time?
my wife, she is working. Okay, my wife, she is working. So she was always a support to me. Okay, so and she always appreciated what I did. So it's good when you have
A
your
partner
partner.
who trusts you
Yeah, yeah.
and
So
supports you.
she
Correct.
was always there, and
Mm.
she always backed for a lot of things. So and that's how I started. So with that confidence that okay, fine, let me take this last chance, because during my freelance also it was not that easy thing. Okay, it was a lot of ups and downs, and at one point I said this is my last try, and the risk which I'll take, if doesn't work, then let's see what happens, but this will be my last try. So that's how I started Vesta. And when I started, first 6 months, um, I did only marketing, meeting people, all partners again, all customers, and I got a good response. We might not have done that kind of business for that 6 months, that financial year, but we got good response, and that 6 months paid off the next financial year, and the journeys are going on.
Lovely. I can see that happiness on your
Yeah,
face.
so that's always there. Yeah. But I really appreciate people who have trusted me. Okay,
Mm.
there are a lot of partners they have trusted, and with their trust and the confidence, that took me to this level. Yeah.
So when you meet clients along with the other integrators and consultants,
Yeah.
how was the experience?
See, client meeting with the other.
Yeah, when they bid and during the process,
Hmm.
there'll be other people who are competing with you, right? So you get to meet each other in the discussions.
Client also see the pricing is one point where you, when you design something and when you prepare a BOQ or something, so pricing is always a factor.
Mm,
But client also see what kind of support you provide.
mm,
Okay, so client will also see that. So even if your prices are high, client will give you order. So it's competing with other people. See, I work with very close connects.
mm,
This is what I have done till date. I work with I don't get into the market where uh, on an open field and compete with everyone. So
mm.
I have not done that.
Okay.
So I work with all my very close references, all my close connects, and yes, there is competition, but they see how we respond, what are our responses during the initial days itself, okay, and what are our process of getting into that. Okay. So we typically don't go to the site and say that okay, fine, will prepare the BOQ and send it to you. Okay,
Mm,
we understand the concept of designing the entire workspace. Okay, so we interact with the interior people, even the orders are not confirmed to us,
still.
or there is no confirmation, still we give that value add, educating customer, interacting with their the PMCs or the interiors guys and other things, and that's how we also give our recommendation that this is how you should do it. Okay, these are the missing things wherever the AV is coming into picture. So these are the missing points. So just join the dots and you will be good with the solutions, because there are a lot of things they don't do. Even the provisionings are not done properly when it
Mm,
comes to the installation. So we need to see the provisions are done properly, irrespective of the acoustics or the panelings and the aesthetic of the room, the DV level of the room. So all these things we need to see before the design, because once the interior designs are done and if it
mm.
is finalized, AV comes at last.
Most of the
Okay,
times.
so AV comes at last. So
Mm.
we need to see that initially. If we get an opportunity to consult that, we do that, and we give our recommendations as well. Even on the lightings, we try to give that recommendation that okay, fine, what should be the lumens of that particular room. So we give all those details to customer, and that's how they see that okay, fine, this guy has gone beyond and helped us to understand what exactly we should incorporate, and that's how they get confidence and they onboard us.
So, which is the biggest project you've done so far in the last 3 years?
I have done a project value of 4 CR, a
Mm.
single order. I have done that, and rest all, you
So,
know,
what was that project?
it was completely complete on the AV with your meeting room solutions, your boardrooms, corporate. Yes, it was purely on the corporate, all your town hall setups, everything.
So, what were the challenges during your journey in AV?
Challenges. It
On the
was
project or everything?
project wise. To be very frank, touchwood, I have not faced any challenges as such.
Very nice.
Okay, so
Mm.
even we have been appreciated with the client uh, of before time delivery. Okay,
Very nice.
we have, and it is from one of the MNCs, and we have got appreciation from US. Okay, that they had a timeline of almost 50 odd rooms,
Mm-hmm.
and we have to deliver at a certain timeline, and we have delivered before that.
Very interesting.
So we got an appreciation. So for me, there was no challenges for the integrations or the service support and other things. I have my team backed that way, so there is no support. But yes, there will always some slight of financial things always
That's
there.
where I'm coming to.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that was always there, but uh, I have understood those things initially. So when I started, even when I started Vesta, I did not had my overheads too much. Okay, so
Mm.
I started very low, and I took that steps which was supposed to be taken at a given point of time.
Right.
It's not that from the day one I had built my own office and I have in-house team. So when I started Vesta, even the billings, other things, so it's all one man army kind of thing. I was doing
Mm.
it, and when I saw that business coming up, and then I started deploying people, and that's how my step by step things went
So,
on.
how did you find the right team for Vesta?
Again, as you are in market, you know a lot of people, okay, and someone who's looking for an opportunity, so I gave them those opportunities to work with me, and I don't treat my employees as an employees. So they all are family to me, and not just for saying as a family, they're really a family to me. And any given point of time, any random people can go to my office and ask how is the office environment, so you'll get the feedback.
Okay.
So
That's nice.
so I got good people, and they are very dedicated. They work their heart out to work.
How big is
So
your team now?
so I have 7 people now.
Okay.
So which includes my backend support and installations, and all my accounts. So
So, you're concentrating primarily in India market, or are you going outside of India too?
we are planning.
Okay.
We are planning. There are it's in pipeline. So we'll see soon.
Excellent. Yeah, that's been good. I mean, you've seen good growth. So, what are your future plans, Amar?
Future plans. Future plans are like we want to be considered as one of the uh, good system. I'll not say top or
Hmm.
something. Okay, to be considered
Reliable?
as a reliable and good integrator, where people can trust, and we will be known for our support. Even if we do small business, uh, we might we might not touch 100 crores or 200 crores uh, in future, but we will be known for a good service support company. Okay, there are a lot of things. Touch wood, God grace, if things goes good, we might do very good things in future. And it's for me, uh, I'm just not particular on my Vesta thing. Okay, so I think myself now as a, I'm thinking as if I'm doing a business. Okay, so
Hmm.
when I'm doing a business, I should also concentrate on other verticals as well.
Hmm.
So we have done that, and we have also started our uh, a new venture where we'll be doing turnkey solutions, starts from construction till uh, so we have our in-house team for that, and so our next step is that. So we are doing, and other industries also we are catering. So we are also getting into real estate. So
Nice, nice. That's very good. So, what do you see about India AV industry? Do you see there are any challenges, or everything is good?
see, there is no country, or there is no business where there is no challenge. Challenges are always there. We just need to see how we cater that challenges. Okay, so if we do it well, it ends well. If you don't cater it properly, it all go to the complication task. So business is good in India. There are a lot of opportunities coming up, and India is growing. So we will see like how the things goes. Acceptance of technology have also come into the market. Okay, so now even the small retail guys, they want to implement technology at their stores. Okay, even if they are not a bigger brand, even a smaller with a single store, they want to implement some technology. So the mindsets are changing, and there is huge potential. So it's there.
Great. It was a fantastic conversation, Amar, with
Thank
you.
you so much.
You've come through a very good journey. And I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
And want to meet you again very soon
Yeah,
with
sure,
a great success story.
Yeah.
Okay. Wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Bye.